Hello everyone, Touhoua here. Just a short video today. I'm currently level 55 on chapter 3 in Black Myth Wukong, and I decided to go back to a decent location I found for farming mine cores, experience points, and will. I've been avoiding spoilers, so I didn't know this path is well known for its mine core farming potential. I thought it was a cool discovery, but it was already a popular strat for all of the above. So instead, I'll just add a few more tips and details to this wonderful early farming location to all my fellow monkeys. This can also be a helpful guide for the new players that are looking for an early farm. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started. First things first, let me show you my route and I'll explain as I go. In chapter 2, make sure you're traveling to Fright Cliff, then in the sub areas, select Rock Rest Flat. I will also show you my gear, skill tree, spirits, and spells that I use to dispose of the enemies to quickly earn those rewards. There are a few things I would recommend obtaining before starting your farming sessions. These are not required, but would make it easier if you're at a lower level. In chapter 3, you can gain the ability to transform into the rat guai, also known as Ashen Slumber, located here, and I'll show you why having it beforehand can be so useful. There are two other things to look out for. One, a curios item called Gold Floor Hairpin, which increases the amount of will gained from defeating an enemy, sold by the Man in Stone character located here in chapter 2. And 2, make sure you've obtained the frog spirit Bali Gelong after defeating it in chapter 1. The reason I like this spirit is because it's the only one you can find early game that deals AoE damage. It's pretty cool, and it's effective against the enemies you'll encounter here. The reason why you use the Ashen Slumber transformation is because it is also a giant AoE that causes scorch damage when it hits an enemy, and it's effective against the spear and shield enemy, but not effective against the stone enemies that will be surrounding the spear and shield enemies that you will also encounter here. With all of that out of the way, let's see how much you can earn here. For the first run, we're going to go in without using the gold floor hairpin and see how much will and experience we can earn. Also, mine cores are extremely rare, so don't be discouraged if you don't get one on your first few runs, as it's all RNG, you will eventually obtain some, so good luck. When you teleport to the location, I like to go left and imagine this area as a giant track where you're going to go in a clockwise direction with the instant station being the end goal. These enemies can hit pretty hard when you're at a lower level, so use your spirits and spells to your advantage. The first enemy you will encounter is a rock enemy. You can damage it even before it leaves the ground, so deal as much damage to it as possible. Next, you will encounter a shield enemy first, but I'd say to break his shield first, then lure him towards the other spirit enemy. Once you've weakened him, transform into the rat guai and use its AoE to deal massive damage to the both of them. If they've been weakened up to half life, it will instantly kill them both. It's crazy amount of damage, even at level 1. Another option is the frog spirit, but honestly, it's better to save the spirit for the rock enemies. Follow my path here to encounter the other two rock guais, the final spirit guai, and a projectile guai. After defeating all of these enemies and reaching the instant station, you will have earned a total of 1246 experience and 1484 will. And again, this is without using the gold floor hairpin. That's pretty decent considering you're also earning a ton of tiny pieces of gold that can be sold at an instant station or shop for more will. There are probably more curios you can find to boost the drop rates, will, experience, etc. But for early game, this is very good. On to the next farming session. I will be equipping the hairpin this time to see how much more we can earn and is it worth it. I'll let it play and come back with the data. here we are with some data. The experience across the enemies stayed the same, but having equipped the hairpin, we earned a total of 1644 will this time. It's a whopping 160 additional will. Make your own judgment, but it will eventually add up. Also, notice we've earned a mine core this time as well. Yes! If you haven't found out why they're so important, I'll explain what to do with them. So in chapter 2, you would have run into this character, Stew Dog. Later in the story, he will start allowing you to trade on mine cores to permanently increase your stats. Mine cores can be obtained through farming, chests, shops, and through story quest lines, so it's not necessary to farm for them, but it's pretty rare as well. If you're planning to upgrade all your stats to max, you may need to farm for them. Alright everyone, hopefully this video helped you all in finding the best early farming location for all sorts of things like experience, will, and mine cores. And if you learned something today, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. I'm currently streaming this game at 9 PM Eastern time when I'm not busy, so unfortunately I can't give you a set schedule yet. I'm still learning and figuring out new things in the game, so if I find anything new and interesting, any new farming locations, I'll be sure to have a video on it. With that being said, thank you for watching.